what's your interest here? What do you look for? You're not looking to raise funds.
The government has created the Clean Technology Investment Program and the Clean Technology Food and Foundries Investment Program to help Australian manufacturers successfully transition to a clean energy future.
We all know that raising risk capital is tough. It always is, probably always will be, and it's not any easier in the current period with a lot of investor caution. I've already mentioned the global financial markets, and we know that the political scene in Australia is not as environmentally friendly as it could be. Yet despite the times, there are many, many clean tech companies raising capital, and most of that money is being raised on the ASX. To put some numbers on it, in the 8 months from September last year to April this year, EcoInvestor has written about 29 clean tech companies that have raised a total of $93 million. So 93 million in 8 months is pretty good in these tough times. I think it's excellent. Our first speaker is Graydon Smith. Graydon is manager of venture capital funds with AusIndustry. He manages over 30 government-supported venture capital co-investment funds, which have total commitments of $644 million. Today he's going to tell us about the government's key programs to support environmental innovation.
So as the Minister said, AusIndustry is delivering a range of the programs. The focus here, as he emphasised, is on capital expenditure. It's important to understand that aspect. So these grants are to help manufacturers buy new plant and equipment which cuts their energy costs or reduces their pollution. Projects can include switching to less carbon-intensive energy sources, installing new manufacturing equipment, processes and facilities to reduce energy consumption and carbon emissions. Keep in mind that venture capitalists may see hundreds of proposals and invest in only a few. So what can you do to best position yourself to receive venture capital? Become investor ready, and it's really at two, this is more my observations, but at two levels. It's at the pitch level, the company itself, and it's also at the ecosystem as far as how do you integrate with the community that you operate within the market. Probably the emphasis that I would place here is don't focus on the widget only. We had a presentation here in Sydney recently with the AusMedTech, and some 12 fantastic businesses doing medical device technologies. They pitched to 45 investors. They spent, of their 5-minute presentation, 4.9 minutes of that focusing on the technology itself. And then when the moderator dinged the glass to say you've only got a minute left, and they said, oh, and by the way, I need $500,000 to do X. And lost opportunity there. You've really got to be able to tell an investor up front what the investment's for. You all compete with your individual products, servicing your customers to their best advantage, but you can also work with a range of organisations, stakeholders to expand your reach, improve your intelligence and value add to your networks. So my messages are that, as I say, it's not for every business. It can result in near-death experiences. Companies can be close to death several times in their sort of projection. It can all result in tears, so keep in mind failure happens as part of early stage commercialisation. Especially I'd encourage you to think, how can you lower the execution risk for an investor? I think that's an important aspect. It's not just the blue sky that you're selling them, it's the ability to deliver on that blue sky, and that's quite important.